Hasan Piker is perhaps at the centermost aspect of the calls for deplatforming of particular individuals like, well, obviously Hasan Piker and Destiny, two prominent left-wing streamers who have on multiple occasions called for, acts that are specifically forbidden by terms of service, taking out landlords and going after Republicans and tweeting out, going out and saying that, Rick Scott telling his viewers, if you cared about healthcare, Rick Scott would be whatever. Like, this guy's a lunatic. And he is now completely melting down. He sees the tides are changing. He knows that his chickens are coming home to roost. Compilations like this one have gone absolutely bonkers on social media. Here's a new compilation. 65 times leftist streamer Hasan Piker endorsed political violence, atrocities, all sorts of stuff like this. I'm not going to play, it's a 20-minute compilation, but I want to give you an idea of who this guy is and why he's melting down. You see him tweeting here, Hasan completely melting down right now because he says, excuse me, FBI, I'd like to report an Antifa domestic terrorist who needs to be immediately arrested and deported. His name is Hasan. He's currently crying and pissing under his bed sheets right now. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Of course, Hasan's saying, fascist loser begging Trump administration to arrest me for being anti-fascist. Good luck, man. Part of the reason is these people continue to act with impunity. They face no consequences. They've never faced any consequences. It's like we always talk about, people talk big on the internet because they won't get punched in the face there. It's okay. They said they're going to make it right. There you go. Problem solved. Sorry, I'm recording a segment. I was dealing with some shipping issues. There are people watching me live right now. They're going to pay to fix it, so we're good. New compilation. 65 times Hasan Pikers. They say this stuff because they've never had to answer for it in real life. They say this stuff because they've never faced any consequences. This is specific to the left. I mean, there are people on the right that went to prison over memes. There's a guy that went to jail over the Hillary Clinton meme of vote early. That kind of stuff.
Gunshots at the Trump rally? Shut the fuck up. No.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it. We fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
Here's him talking about how to assassinate somebody.
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Oh, interesting.
The moment is clear. You got to sick the ACP guys on him. Okay, that's it. You got to get one of those Haz al-Dink type motherfuckers to just eat his ass alive,
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. That's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. So I think that people are a lot more
people applauded
now.
That, by the way.
This is an unprecedented time to really get others on board. Someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
This guy, by the way, lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion in a gated community in LA. I mean, the thing is he attacked Bernie for calling for nonviolence, all this kind of stuff.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them.
You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up.
I mean, again, that's 12.
I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken. Regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as...
This goes on for another 18 minutes, by the way. 65 times. That was only 14 times. Okay. He says Zohran Mamdani, of course, who's probably going to win the New York mayoral race, refuses to condemn Hasan Piker over his America Deserved 9/11 comments. You know, this is, I mean, Democrats are driving young men to end the lives of, quote, Nazis who aren't actually Nazis. Do words have any effect? Those of us who write for a living like to think so. We hope that we can use words to persuade, enlighten, and perhaps even entertain. But if words do have an effect, then why are there so many people in positions of power so incredibly careless with the words that they use? In recent weeks, here are just a few of the words that have been used to describe ICE officers: Gestapo, neo-Nazis, secret police. And these words were not used by some deranged online hysteric typing from their basement. They were used in order by Tim Walz, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, and Governor Gavin Newsom. These people, when combined with like Hasan Piker, etc., these people are why these greasy losers feel it's okay to go take the life of Charlie Kirk. You know? The first of these people could have been a vice president and had the election last November gone the other way. The last of them is the governor of California, clearly harbors an ambition to be a future president. They're worried about the words people on the right use. You know, the words Charlie Kirk used, like peace and conversation, and there are only two genders. Yet they're out there labeling them as Nazis and Gestapo because these deranged leftoids eat that ish up and they have complete meltdowns. And I mean, here's Hasan. Hasan now, this brand new clip, by the way, scolding the Democrats for a lack of bold policy to fight against Trump. Predicts that they will just say you should have voted for us when people are in camps. We're all going to go to camps, and the Democrats are going to be like, well, wouldn't have ever happened if you voted for us. Like, he literally cannot address criticism at all. He thinks he's going to be put in a camp. He says this stuff, and then he says, ha ha ha, they're never going to do anything to me.
Reason why, even though Donald Trump is very unpopular, the Democrats are even less popular is because of this reality. They've like shied away from addressing any of the needs of their fucking base or anyone that's in the margins, by the way, which is a much larger percentage anyway. It's a plurality. Oh. We're all going to go to fucking concentration camps, and the Democrats are going to be like, well, it wouldn't have happened if you voted for us. Hard.
Notice the rhetoric that he uses there? Let me be very clear about what he's doing there. We're all, everybody, 50,000 people listening to him live, we're all going to concentration camps. Well, who had those? Obviously Hitler, right? And these individuals listening to him, they're going to think, well, boy, how do I stop that? How do I stop that from happening? I don't want that to happen. He's essentially, at least in my opinion, calling for more attacks, calling for more violence. That's what he's doing. Guys, if you want this to stop, then you're going to have to keep us out of keep us out of camps. Here he says again, the word Nazi has no power anymore. He's mad that Nick Fuentes is on podcasts apparently.
Isn't that fucking nuts that like these guys so quickly were like, actually this neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes, like as long as he like lowers the temperature on like his overt anti-Semitism, he's good by us.
Do you think has been a bigger net positive?
Again, this guy's going to get Nick killed. That's what's going to happen. They use this language, this rhetoric on purpose. You know what I mean? They use this to dehumanize their political opponents so that one of the dorks sitting in their Discord, not my Discord, thequartering.com/join to join mine, will go do something. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. They use this rhetoric because that's what they want.
Positive to America.
Like, he's on fucking Patrick Bet David. He's everywhere now. Immediately, everyone was like, actually, this is great. Like, the word Nazi has no fucking power anymore. And I know people will say,
it's because you use it for everything.
oh, it's because you called everything Nazi. This guy is a fucking...
Well, you should have thought about that, Hasan Piker, in the middle of your meltdown. You should have thought about that. You should have thought about overusing that term like you have. Because you've been calling everybody that word. It is rhetoric. Let me end this segment on this. It is my opinion, specifically, the rhetoric of Hasan Piker and Destiny have caused people on the left to commit these crimes. We know that the ICE shooter, from 2 days ago, watched the Charlie Kirk assassination multiple times on his phone. He was obsessed with it. He researched the ballistics of it. He researched all this stuff. He was inspired by it. We know that the Charlie Kirk assassin was hanging out in Discord, probably with Hasan Piker viewers. The mainstream media, starting with Jimmy Kimmel and CNN, dehumanize their opponents. People like Hasan Piker take it to another level and radicalize them. It is their rhetoric that, in my opinion, has directly led to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It has directly led to that person in Dallas sitting on the roof and firing indiscriminately into an ICE facility, taking the lives of 2 or maybe 3 people. It is their rhetoric that has led directly to this stuff. Now, the people that are committing these crimes, obviously, they are the ones who are mostly at fault, right? But Hasan Piker is going crazy and doubling and tripling down right now because he's afraid. I wonder if Hasan Piker will be hosting any public events. All these people on, all these public events. You notice how everybody on Twitch is saying, don't go to TwitchCon, it's not safe. Who do you think is going to be at TwitchCon, by the way? All these quote unquote safety concerns, okay? If I look it up, right? Safety concerns, TwitchCon. Urges women to avoid TwitchCon 2025. Criticizes Twitch CEO over safety. Streamers are afraid to go to TwitchCon. Why do you think that is? Do you think people that go to Twitch are a bunch of right-wing MAGA people? No, it's all leftoids. TwitchCon is populated by people that watch Twitch who are largely leftoids. There's a reason somebody like Asmongold or Hasan aren't going to go there. I would be shocked if Hasan makes himself publicly available and goes to TwitchCon. There needs to be legal consequences for these people, whether it's lawsuits or whatever. Like, I'm tired of I know I'm a small potato, but even I have been attacked in public over words I've said online. And that was years ago. The environment now, you wouldn't catch me hanging out in Chicago downtown. Just not going to do it. It's not safe for me. Now, if the Trump administration starts cracking some skulls and protecting people, maybe that will change. But right now, it's just not safe to be out there. I can't afford private security. It's going to be crazy to see all this stuff. Remember, the CEO of Twitch has to testify in 2 weeks in front of Congress about Hasan Piker. So we're going to have to wait and see how all that shakes out. It's going to be pretty interesting to watch.